When we start preparing for IAS, there is a natural fear in the mind, and the fear is, what if I'm not able to clear? Agreed. I do understand this fear. This is the toughest exam. There is no denying the fact. But can you please help me understand a very basic question here? Which exam is easier? Let's go back into our standard 10th class. While we were in class 10th, many of us, we were planning that we either want to be a doctor or an engineer. Now everyone was thinking about it, but not everyone landed up, or everyone could grab a seat either in non-medical or medical as he or she wanted. Now can you tell me what stopped us that day? Why we couldn't get it? Let me come back and tell you that what stopped you on that day. So friends, those who had only one plan, those who could see the eye of the sparrow sitting on the tree, that yes, I want to be a doctor or an engineer, they ended up being in either IIT or AIIMS like institutions, and if not IITs or AIIMS like institution, they at least landed up in some reasonably good colleges, and yes, today they are doctors or engineers. But others who in their class 10th had a fear, and they started thinking like, if not doctor or engineer, I may have an option to become a teacher or a lecturer or a job in bank. So they were the ones who had plan B or perhaps even plan C. Trust me, if it did not work in class 10th, how can it work while you prepare for IAS? It is only and only one dream, sailing in one boat, that takes us to the shore. Don't try to swim or don't try to travel in different boats at the same time. It will never take you to the destination. Keep plan A intact. Work on it with due diligence. Never think about plan B, what to say about plan C or D. Now, if you have plan A in class 10th that I want to be a doctor, see, you started working for it. Entire 10th, 11th, 12th, you gave your best to it. So what if you couldn't clear it in the first attempt? Many of you will today agree while you go back in time and see, many of us dropped a year for our dream. When it comes to IAS, why there is a fear that if I drop a year, then it will be kind of a crisis situation. Agreed, now you are 21, 22. So is it the end of the life? Your generation every day come and tells me the 40s is the new 30s. Can't the 30s be the new 20s now? Why can't you just continue with your effort with that sincerity? What life is going to take away from you in a year or two? No, it is not going to take away anything. But yes, if you stick to your plan with that determination, then you are going to lose nothing. An IAS at 21 or an IAS at 27 or even 28 is not a big difference in life. Yes, it is a little difference because perhaps you will not get that, highest positions of chief secretaries or cabinet secretaries or DGPs if you are an IPS. But for that, you should have started at the right time. While you were waiting and you were wasting your time, many people started immediately after their 12th. You kept on waiting. Now you have to pay some extra price for it. You will be selected, but yes, it will come with little delay. Right? You will be late in the race, but still you will manage to be in the race. Now coming back to the same thing, that when we were in our 10th standard or 11th and 12th, we were giving our best, and despite that, if we couldn't get admission in the very first attempt in a good engineering or a medical college, did we give up? No, we didn't give up. We continued, we persisted with it, we fought against the destiny, and see, many of us again qualified. So what if everyone is not a proper MBBS doctor? Many of them ended up being dentists. We treat them and respect them as doctors, right? They are specialists. So that is the clear message, friends. Don't make plan B, C or D. Stick to one plan. Now when the plan is IAS, automatically it is A to Z of your life. Let me explain what I mean by this A to Z of your life. You prepare for IAS. For the administrative services, A, right? You prepare for A. Now, if you end up getting into these services, the dream comes true. Unfortunately not. B, banking. And there are so many banks. It is not about just these commercial banks, it's about RBI, grade B. Much of the syllabus will overlap. much of your hard work that you will do for IAS will ensure that you get into these, reputed banks with some good profile, with dignity. There is NABARD, then there is SEBI, not a banking institution, but something related with the banking sector. So there are multiple options. C, you still can have career in multiple things. For example, CAPF. It is another exam conducted by UPSC itself, and if not CAPF, the Central Armed Police Forces, you still can have a chance in CDS, right, Combined Defense Services exam. And if you go back and track the see the records, you try to track them down, you will realize that many of the UPSC aspirants, they end up getting into either CDS or CAPF. And yes, they do not stop their efforts thereafter. They continue, and many of them come back into civil services. One of the most important examples that comes to my mind, one of my own old student, Mr. Harpreet, he was preparing for IAS, appeared for CDS, CAPF, got selected in BSF, continued with his effort, and today he is ranked 19, posted in Punjab as an IAS officer. So when you prepare for IAS, any and every exam start falling in place for you. The only thing required is your commitment, your dedication, your honesty, and your hard work. With your hard work, you can write your success story. Don't hesitate, don't fear. You will definitely become something in life. Just be sure that hard work never goes waste. Trust me for this and start your journey today. Best of luck.